Think South Carolina is just sweet tea, sandy beaches, and southern hospitality? Think again. Beneath the surface of the Palmetto State lies a wild landscape full of explosive Cold War secrets, alien-looking geological mysteries, and places so dangerous you're legally banned from visiting. Get ready to have your mind blown, because today we are counting down the wildest, most unbelievable geography facts about South Carolina that you definitely didn't learn in school. We're starting off wild, literally. Right off the coast in the St. Helena Sound sits Morgan Island. It looks like a pristine coastal paradise, but if you try to step foot on it, you're in for a massive shock. The island is completely overrun by nearly 4,000 rhesus macaques. Back in 1979, the government needed a secluded spot for a breeding colony and shipped these primates all the way from Puerto Rico. Today, it's the only free-ranging monkey colony in the United States. It's strictly off-limits to the public, but if you take a boat close enough, you'll see hundreds of monkeys swinging through the Spanish moss like it's the Amazon rainforest. All right, let's settle a southern rivalry right now. Georgia's license plates proudly declare it the Peach State, but the geography tells a completely different story. South Carolina actually crushes Georgia in peach production, sometimes harvesting more than double the volume in a single year. The microclimate of South Carolina's Ridge region boasts the absolute perfect soil and chill hours for growing stone fruit. So, if you're biting into a juicy, sweet peach on the East Coast this summer, there's a massive mathematical probability it came from the sandhills of South Carolina, not Georgia. Deep in the center of the state lies Congaree National Park, and stepping into it feels like traveling back in time. While the rest of the South was heavily logged over the last 2 centuries, this massive floodplain was just too rugged and swampy for lumber companies to conquer. Because it was left untouched, it now preserves the largest expanse of old-growth bottomland hardwood forest in the southeast. The nutrient-dense floodwaters supercharge the soil, creating what locals call champion trees, massive pines and oaks stretching nearly 170 feet into the sky. It's basically the redwoods of the East Coast. If you pour yourself a glass of iced tea today, the leaves probably came from halfway across the globe. But hiding on Wadmalaw Island is the Charleston Tea Garden, the only commercial tea plantation in North America. The geography here is a freak anomaly. The island's subtropical humidity and sandy soil perfectly mimic the exact conditions found in the tea capitals of China and India. Originally a Lipton research facility, it's now a lush, sprawling estate bringing a slice of the British Empire right to the Carolina Lowcountry. For a state famous for its flat, marshy coastlines, South Carolina hides some serious elevation. Tucked away in the extreme northwest corner is Sassafras Mountain, towering at 3,560 feet. This isn't just a hill. It's a rugged piece of the Blue Ridge Escarpment. The craziest part about this peak is its geographical positioning. If you hike up to the observation tower on a clear day, the sight lines are so perfectly aligned that you can stare out and see 4 different states simultaneously: South Carolina, North Carolina, Georgia, and Tennessee. Get ready for a massive geological whodunit. Scattered all across the coastal plain are thousands of massive, perfectly oval depressions known as the Carolina Bays. But here is the creepy part. Every single one of them is aligned in the exact same northwest to southeast direction. If you look at a satellite map, it legitimately looks like the East Coast was hit by a cosmic shotgun blast. For decades, people swore they were impact craters from an ancient meteor shower. While modern science points toward Ice Age wind patterns, no one knows with 100% certainty how these perfect, eerie craters actually formed. The Edisto River is a true hydrological beast. It is the longest free-flowing Blackwater river in North America, winding over 250 miles without a single man-made dam to slow it down. Now, Blackwater doesn't mean it's toxic. The water is actually stained a deep dark brown by the tannins leaking from decaying swamp vegetation, essentially making the entire river a massive flowing cup of herbal tea. Because it runs wild and unchecked, the water levels constantly shift, creating a mysterious, ever-changing ecosystem of white sandbars and ancient cypress trees. This is easily one of the most terrifying geography facts in American history. On March 11, 1958, a U.S. Air Force B-47 bomber was flying a routine mission over Florence, South Carolina, when a faulty locking pin gave way. The plane accidentally dropped a massive Mark VI nuclear bomb directly onto the tiny community of Mars Bluff. Luckily, the radioactive core wasn't inserted, but the thousands of pounds of conventional explosives still detonated on impact. The blast obliterated a local home and blasted a crater 75 feet wide and 35 feet deep. Miraculously, no one was killed. Today, you can still walk right up to the crater, a chilling reminder of the day the Cold War crashed into a South Carolina backyard. On Johns Island, there is a living, breathing monument that defies the laws of nature. The Angel Oak is a colossal southern live oak tree that is anywhere from 400 to 500 years old. Geographically, it is an absolute unit of survival, having withstood centuries of brutal hurricanes and earthquakes. Its canopy creates a massive shadow covering 17,000 square feet, and its heaviest branches are so incredibly heavy that they plunge into the dirt before curling back up toward the sun. It isn't just part of the landscape, this tree is an ecosystem all by itself. Lake Marion looks like a fisherman's paradise. But beneath the surface lies a massive, dangerous secret. Back in the 1940s, the government was in such a frantic rush to create hydroelectric power for World War II that they flooded the Santee Cooper Valley without clearing the land first. The result? A massive, submerged ghost forest. Thousands of dead, rot-resistant cypress trees are still standing perfectly upright, lurking just inches below the water's surface. If you drive a boat outside the marked channels, those hidden prehistoric trunks will tear the hull right open.